Are you a fitness beginner and you're not quite sure how or where to start? Have you been training for a while but disappointed because you're not making the progress that you thought you would? You're going to want to stick around because in this video I give you some tips to help you start making progress from today. Hey guys, Hamish here and welcome back to MooshFit. I've got a good one here for you today, especially if you're new to training or you've been training for a while but you've hit a bit of a plateau. I'm going to go through a few things to think about, a few tips so that you can start making some solid progress. Alright, so the first thing that you might want to do if you want to start making some progress is actually ask yourself a couple of questions. So the first thing that you're going to want to ask yourself is, what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve by training or by being in the gym? Are you training for a specific purpose or function? Now, if not, that's actually not the end of the world, but you're gonna want to ask yourself the next question, and that question is, what is your motivation? Why do you think that training or going to the gym is going to be of value to you? Now, your motivation might be just to look better so you can feel more confident about yourself. Great, determine what it is you want to look like, research the ways to achieve it, and go for it. You now have a goal. If you're like me, your motivation might be to get stronger and to be more competitive for a certain sport. Awesome. Find out what movements you need to be functional for your sport and exactly how strong you need to be at those movements to be competitive, and you now have a goal. Whatever your motivation is, find out what it is that would satisfy that motivation and follow the appropriate steps to get there. Now, the cool thing is that your motivations and goals may actually change over time, and that's perfectly fine. Don't be afraid of what people think if you go from training calisthenics to training strongman, because the truth is, most people don't actually care how you train, so you don't really need to worry about what they think. Okay, so if you're still a little bit confused about how you should train, or you just need a little bit of direction, here's what I do, and here's why I think it's beneficial. Alright, so I have two motivations for why I train. The first is to be more competitive and functional at my sport and to prevent myself from getting any injuries. But the second is just to generally get stronger and increase my overall fitness. I have specific strength and fitness goals and I train accordingly, but if you just want to get stronger and fitter, then this is what I would do. Almost every workout, I'd start by training my main compound movement. In this case, I'm going to be doing my back, so I'm going to be doing some chin-ups. And how I'm going to train is I'm going to do 5 sets of 5 reps each, starting every 2.5 minutes. You don't want to let that rest time drag out. You want to be as specific as possible so that you know you're making progress. The 5 rep range is pretty much the sweet spot between strength training and hypertrophy or muscle gain. If you train less than 5 reps in a set, you're looking more at strength gain. But if you train more than 5 reps, then you're going to be training hypertrophy or muscle growth. Obviously, there are a lot more factors that go into it than that, but that's kind of the basic gist. Now, you want to get stronger all over, not just in one muscle group. So you want to dedicate a training session to each major group of muscles. One session you might want to work on your back, right? So you're going to be working some form of row or chin up as your main muscle movement for 5 sets of 5. On another session, you might be wanting to hit your chest and your shoulders, in which case the bench press or some form of overhead press, they're both going to be really good variations. You're going to be wanting to do 5 sets of 5. And then finally, you're also going to be wanting to do some sort of leg movement. I would say your squat or your deadlift, again, for 5 sets of 5. Now, for each of these movements, what you want to do is you want to find out what weight you can do 5 sets of 5 with, and then dedicate the next few months to actually trying to increase that weight by 15 to 20%. Simple as that. Alright, so that's the main part of the workout done, and once you've done your main movement for 5 sets of 5, you're going to want to move on to some assistant exercises. These are lighter weight exercises done for higher reps to work on movement patterns and injury prevention. So if we take a look at my back workout, for example, I'm here doing some rows, right? And these rows are going to give my lats a little bit of extra volume, but they're also going to hit my upper back muscles as well as working on lower back stability. As well as that, I'm going to do something for my rotator cuff muscles just to make sure that my shoulders are staying healthy. In between sets of your assistance exercise, I'd recommend doing some form of ab exercise as well to work on core strength and stability, and that adds a bit of conditioning as well. Finally, to finish off the workout, you're going to want to take 10 to 15 minutes to work on specifically some conditioning. If you're just generally looking to get fitter and stronger, then conditioning is a really good idea. Helps to keep your body fat levels a little bit lower, as well as work on your anaerobic capacity. Sprints, skipping, sandbag carries, kettlebell swings, there are heaps of great exercise out there that you can use for conditioning. Most importantly, whichever exercise you choose, go at it with high intensity, short rest periods, and then you can call it a day. Guys, that's about it. If you're a beginner, you've got an easy scaffold now to work with to start making some progress. Start with your main compound movement for 5 sets of 5, right? Then move on to some assistance and injury prevention stuff with some ab exercises in there mixed in, and then finish your workout off with some conditioning. And if you've been training for a while and you've started to hit a plateau, plateau, go back to this basic plan and you'll start to make some progress again. Guys, if you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, make sure you like and subscribe, check out my other videos, and I'll see you again shortly. Cheers.